Alright. Let's try this shit out, huh? So far, anytime I play this game was on my TV. I really never used a headset, so let's just test this shit out, huh? Yeah. 1-on-1. You want some of me?
Next up, stage selection.
Training room.
We are at the character select screen. Let's see who our fighters choose.
All right, let's get it.
Of course I gotta be Luke, cause I can't be Shirai Ryu.
All right, I'm ready.
What, 2 Lukes? Hold on.
All right, I'm ready. All right, let's get it.
Alright, I'll be you.
Fighters have chosen their characters. The battle is just seconds away. Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go.
Yo, I'm pumped up.
Let me have some fun.
Round 1.
Alright, let's see what we can do.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Checking their opponent. Opts for the throw.
Grab.
Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Both sides have full drive and plenty of health. Let's see how things open up. Looking for a way to incorporate their drive.
So grab is
Whiff, or even charge in.
hold on.
Tricky territory here.
Grab is
This super up connect.
R1?
Is going to have a hard time managing their drive.
Yo, shut up.
Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense.
I gotcha.
Opt for the throw to close it out. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
So all 2's grab?
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first.
Motherfucker.
Pressuring the situation with the charge in. What's their game plan here at this critical stage?
Oh, that's his. Oh, okay. Motherfucker.
Sandblast!
Sure you can.
Jumps in. Charges forward. Drive rush to keep it going. Closes the distance. Delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Quick breather. Tries to act quickly, but whiffs the attack.
Oh shit! I tried to jump.
Time to reassess the situation.
I like it. You can hear him on your right ear.
So, what's next? Can they create an opportunity? And whiff! They're wide open! Player 2 has the chance to win the round if they can put their drive to good use. A jump?
Oh, I was trying to grab.
They just choked it up! Only sets up with the jump in! Closes it out!
I was trying to.
Player 2 was an absolute beast in that match.
Oh, was he? Was he?
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Checks with the projectile. Uses a drive parry against the attack. A parry here puts drive gauge in the bank.
Wait, can I grab him?
Really could help later in the round. They get the distance they want. Let's see their approach. What's the play here? Player 1 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. Both fighters are looking for a way to fill up their super art gauge. Gaining some meter would open up the opportunity to deal huge damage, but that's easier said than done. Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Both fighters are trying to decide their next move. Projectile to try and change the situation. So they break forward to pressure the opponent.
Wait, let's grab.
Recovers from burnout. And Dire Six, there's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. Each hit is so important here. Tries to keep big low attack to pick up the win this round. On the board.
He said what?
They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Immediate jump in. Smart play with the throw. Charges forward. jump? You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Sandblast!
Oh shit, I thought I blocked it.
Going in? Fights out of the corner, back to the center of the stage. Delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Going on the offensive? Knockdown. Oh my god, they just choked it up! Oh, the throw connects.
Wait, so, wait.
We'll test them.
That is a grab.
We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win?
Final round. Fight.
Open with a jump in? Ooh, low heavy. The low kick hits. Just goes for it at this range. Player 2 makes it look easy. Perfect gauge management. Okay, here we go. And whiffs. They're wide open. Tons of space between the fighters now. What are they cooking up? Let's cross that on. Jump.
Oh my god, I fucking jumped in.
Sides getting ready. Fire knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Finds the target. They're in range. We gonna see a jump? They're just gonna go for it with the super. Player 2 made some smart moves there. Great game.
He just threw a special.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Breaks the block with a throw. Closes the gap for the grab. Player 2 chases them down. What's the play here? Will they incorporate that full drive gauge they have into their game plan? It'll be interesting to see how both players utilize their drive gauge to dictate the terms of the
I forgot what one's a drive
At
gauge.
this range, many attacks can connect. He takes a big gamble and whips out a raw super. Grabs him. Knockdown. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Let's see how they apply their corner pressure in this situation. They don't need to go for anything big. Tags him and takes the W.
Damn, he fucking hit me with
Player
the
2 picks up the first round.
well,
That'll
fucking
give them a
uppercut
psychological
shit.
advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
I wonder if I can make it a little bit louder because it sounds.
Charges forward. Player 2 has the life lead. Can they use it? There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Going on the offensive? Their life is hanging by a thread. They gotta lean heavily on their drive moves now. Can they create an opportunity for themselves to seal the deal? Yes! Drive impact for the win. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
This guy's on the street? Are you kidding me? I won one. Fuck you mean? Ah, I should have put it for more rounds.
Fighting round. 1-on-1.
Time to select a stage. Are they going to go with their main character?
All right, I'm ready.
Open those shutters. We're ready to fight. They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
All right, you ready?
Alright, let me see if I can block.
Good fight.
Round 1. Fight.
Alright.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Shoots off a projectile from downtown to check their approach. Trying to control their opponent here from a distance. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Bops him with a target combo. Can't tech the throw? Taking stock. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Knockdown. Both fighters are trying to decide their next move. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Both fighters planning something? It fires off and picks up the win with the projectile. Good read. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Opts to create space to start. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Ringu Hadouken! The super doesn't hit. The low doesn't connect. Oh, they're in the corner now. No
Wait, how do I grab?
Player 2 springs forward with the drive rush. Player 1 drive rush to keep it going. Closes the distance. Gets a risky puck in. A quick breather. Showing some real tenacity. Time to reassess the situation. Impaler incoming. They return to center stage. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game.
Wait, how do I grab?
Have a game plan here with exposes them. The projectile connects, not giving the opponent any chances. Last round, people.
Oh, I thought I uppercut him.
Gotta go all in from this point.
Fight. Round. Fight.
Shrugs that off. Goes with the fireball. Brings the impaler. Loads up a buff. They're taking a step back to slow down the pace. Impaler incoming. Punish counter sets the table. Backs off. Amaze poses him. Player 2 needs to use their drive moves to have any chance of a comeback. Charges up the platinum. Oh, here we go. A real test of nerves here. Tons of space between the fighters now. What are they cooking? Finds the target. What a clutch low heavy. No one could have called that. Player 2 clinches the win. But that could have been anyone's game. No way we could have called that.
Round 1.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Target combo into brings the impaler. Looks like they want to put a new spin on things and springs forward with the drive rush. Okay, so you can use drive rushes just like that to launch attacks from much further away. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. This is where things will get interesting as the damage starts to pile. Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super.
Can I grab him?
Impaler! Where's their opening? Somehow pushes back all the way to center. Drive rush to keep it going. Impaler incoming. Oh god, this is tense. You've got to be mindful of reach and jumping. That was a well-placed projectile.
Oh man, was I in
Player
there?
2 picks up the first round.
I was on the
That'll
right
give them a
side.
psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Goes in with the drive impact to start. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by Ringu Hadouken. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Knockdown.
I'm in the
and
fucking corner.
Player 1 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Backs away. Not about that BF. Wrecks them. Their will to win in there.
Damn, I lost.
That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches.
Round 1.
How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow up here? Goes for the good stuff first with the drive impact. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner.
He's blocking.
What's the play here? Perfect parry to stop them. Time to go on the offensive. Amazing read to flash the parry just in time to catch the attack. Did well to get the buff in there. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireball. Is the fireball part of the corner game? Uses the gauge. Can this super art set things into motion? Takes a trip. In a dire situation. KO!
Oh,
Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
murder.
2. Fight.
This round is so important. Rising uppercut. Fires off the Shinju Hadouken. Player 2 has charges forward. No chaser. Both fighters planning something? Player 1 is in a pretty good situation. Ooh, lands a rising uppercut. Big throw. Knockdown and
Wait.
Showing some real tenacity. Gets a risky buck in. A quick breather. Player 1 will need to use their meter here wisely. What now? Drive meter, drive it back, misses, wraps it up with a throw. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Alright. It's a little different here.
Next up, stage selection. Now that we know our stage, it's time to select the characters. All our fighters have chosen their characters. The battle is just seconds away. Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight?
This will be a good fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Checking how their opponent reacts to fireballs. Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. It's a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Player 2 turned this right around with that super. Still scrapping for control of the space. KO! Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
I was just punching.
Jumps up. Throws him. What's next?
What's a grab?
Player 2 has the life lead. Can they use it? There's still a lot of fighting to be had. It's anyone's match. Player 1 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Going in? Throws a fireball. Hits them with a stopping bomb. Player 1 will look it's a good spot to use the super.
Oh,
Can't
okay.
squander this punish counter chance. Hits back with the drive impact on the recovery. This punish counter presents a huge chance. Player 1 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. Student springs forward with the drive rush. Drops him hard. The noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Gotta do better than that. The next touch may decide this round. They're taking a step back to slow down the pace. Player, they couldn't tech the throw.
Oh, I wanted to grab him.
People, both fighters gotta go all in from this point.
I was trying to grab him. This motherfucker.
While they're blinking. Medium kick. Brings the impaler. And whiffs. They're wide open. This could be make or break.
Oh, I thought I blocked it.
Player 1, nothing stops this train. But low heavy. Breaks it off. And easy. Kicks out a kick. Both of them back off. They make forward rush. They gotta dig down.
What the fuck, man?
One step ahead of them.
Oh, he fucking tapped it.
Tama! Player 2 clinches the win.
He teched it.
Anyone's game. No way we can.
Wow.
It's not over yet. Just believe
This
it.
fucking computer.
Throws a fireball. You know their fireball game is solid because they're only throwing it when their opponent can't jump them. Combo with the target combo. Parries the projectile. It's not easy to parry projectiles in the heat of a match, but it's definitely effective. Both sides backing off to form their game plan. Taking stock. Player 2 chases them down. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger.
Well, I got him in the corner.
Player 2 is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few prayers could turn this around in their favor. Takes a trip. Throws a fireball here, maybe as a simple zoning strike. Corner throw ends it. Player Player 2 on the board first.
Fuck! I try to grab him.
Round 2.
This should be detected.
Goes for the jump in to start. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen? Ooh, lands a rising uppercut. Smart play with the throw. That throw will do some good damage. Goes for the Shin Hashogeki. Uses the target combo as a filler. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Knockdown and player 1 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Flash knuckle. A quick breather. Goes for the fireball. Getting it all on the top. What a finish! Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point.
Final round. Fight.
Alright.
Decides not to rush in without it. Brings the impaler. Shinku Hadouken. The super doesn't hit. Player 1 won out those close struggles. And now they gotta have a plan for the next round. Finds the target. Player 1 needs to take advantage of this gauge disparity. What's next? Shakes things up with a fireball. What are they just poses of? Perfect flash up. Player 1 can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. Medium kick into wrecks them. Amazing. Checking with the fireball. How will they react? Are they going to be a crowd rush? Okay, he denies the jump in attempt.
Hit him in the.
I've seen a lot of fights.
Hit him in the
day,
fucking
but
ball.
nothing even comes close to this one.
Round 1.
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunity. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. That was a solid anti-air.
Oh, I hit him.
Wow. Shut
Okay.
down.
We can't trade right there.
They're being absolutely relentless with this fireball pressure in the corner. Is the fireball part of their corner game? Goes for the drive rush there. Knockdown. Can they convert this punish counter opportunity into something? Takes a trip. Impaler. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Fires on the Shinku Hadouken. Going
No,
in.
I thought I blocked that.
Capitalize on an opening first. Ooh, double KO. You don't see that.
What?
This
Okay.
fight is going the distance. It's
Two.
gut check time for our fighters.
Double KO. Okay.
Long range fireball to break the silence. Fires without warning. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Big chance here to do some damage if they can keep the corner pressure up. Player 1 connects with the throws. That throw
But
does
grab.
good damage.
Fucking check that bitch.
Back dashes for space. Target combo into poses them. They've got about half life left. The low. Here comes wall splat into the guard break. Brings
Oh,
the
grab dog.
flatline zone. Player 1 makes a smart move.
This fucking computer trying to cheat over here. Alright, I'm getting the hang of it. Just gotta get used to it. It's not like Mortal Kombat. Nothing even remotely.
Fighting round. 1-on-1.
Next up, stage selection. Our fighters will want to pick the appropriate character for this match. These two fighters are looking more than ready to lock horns.
Alright.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight?
This will be a good fight. Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Are they trying to slow down the pace with a projectile? Corner switch means they can now go on the offensive. But does not want to get stuck in the corner. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner.
So I figure out-
By driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Overhead. jump in, catches them. Knockdown. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Taking stock. Gets them.
Ooh.
Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
I love that.
This round is so important. You can feel the intensity in the air. Player 2 kept their drive gauge topped off through that round and still took the win. Precision needed. Will this
I thought it.
turn up? He brushes that off and keeps going. Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage.
Oh shit, good grab.
Next with medium kick. Still slugging it out at this range. Wrecks them. This is the time to use fireballs to chip away at an opponent. Watching each other carefully. Who will make the first move? So, what's next? Finds the target. Not much movement, but the thinking caps are definitely on.
Oh, I thought I jumped it.
Drive rush to keep it going. Drive impact misses. Tries to act quickly, but whiffs the attack. Flatline zone.
Oh my god.
Player 2 brings it home.
I thought I was.
Build themselves a streak.
I thought I was on the other side.
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Decides to buff up while they can. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. Gets out of the corner and creates some distance. Good parry there and knockdown. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Fireball from very long range. What's next here? Checking to see how the opponent reacts to long-range fireballs. This is a clear sign that they're testing their opponent's knowledge and game plan. Are they going to fill up their super meter for a small advantage or concentrate on the offensive? Knockdown. Player 2 chases them down. Heading into the end game now. It opts for the throw to close
Oh
it out.
man, I fucked
Player
up.
2 on the board first with a win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Goes for the Shin Hashogeki. A super art, a quick breather. Player 2 drops them to half, closing the gap. They are really going at each other this round. The reads they make now will be key. Solar plexus strike! Both fighter throws them. Player 2 is in a very good spot. Brings the impaler. David wraps it up with a throw.
I gotta figure out how to
Player
get.
2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Round 1.
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Gets out of there with the backdash. Combo with the target combo. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Lands the forward throw. The corner pressure continues. This shows you how vital the corner game is. Chase them down and score the throws. Can't tech the throw? Player 2 is maintaining the corner position, goes for the super KO.
Oh man, I didn't block.
Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
I didn't block it.
Round 2. Fight.
Dashes up. Are we going to see some fireworks here? Goes with the safe stuff with that target. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side punch. Player fires off the Shiksu Hadouken. Both fighters planning poses them. Still scrapping for control of the space. A real test of nerves here. Backs off. In attack range. Closes it out. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win?
He does an uppercut.
They are letting it fly from the get-go. Goes with the same
Got him on.
with that target. Target combo into the low. out of each other here. What's this King Kohato gonna do? Excellent read.
No, he was going for it. He was going for
Take
it.
advantage of this gauge
He was going for it.
close range projectile.
He's trying to throw that heat, that fire.
Player 2 can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. A jump. Hoses them. Getting it all on the drive rush. Nothing stops this train. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? It is over. I've seen a lot of fights in my day, but nothing even comes close to this one.
Alright, let's go. I'm getting used to the sounds. I have to get used to the sounds in the hearing. Although it'd be a lot easier when you can pick just just these two characters.
Next up, stage selection. So who will our fighters select?
All right, I'm ready. All right, let's get it.
Alright,
Now that
so
our fighters have chosen their characters, it's time to go.
this time I'm Ryu.
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Let us
Alright.
begin.
Let me have some fun.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Goes for the throw. Steps in for the throw. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage on the field. Throws them to negate the block. With the life gap opening up, goes for the super art. Knockdown and player 2 just put themselves on equal footing with that super. Nobody blink. At least one of them is having a good time in that corner. KO!
It went for
Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Sandblast, going on the offensive, delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Player 1 is working with a better
Oh,
game.
he's blocking
What
it.
they do is charges forward. With the super art connect, opts for the level 1 Vulcan Blast. Now, can they finish the job? Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Hits them with a stop and pop. Going in. Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with the meter advantage. Both fighters planning something, looking for a chance, finds the target. Life lead is there, closes it out.
he jumped right into
Player
it.
1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Round 1.
How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Going on the offensive? Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Goes for the fireball. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Throws them to negate the block. Knockdown. Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Player 2 turned this right around with that super. One shot is all both fighters need to close this out. Saw that coming. Side switch in the corner. Player 1 KO.
Oh, I thought I was in this.
Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball
Woo.
rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
You gotta really pay attention which side of you are in the screen.
Counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. From up above, blocks the impact. Had the radar up and running. Both fighters are trying not to get trapped in the corner. Brushes that off and keeps going. Knockdown and jumps in.
Okay, I'm on my left.
Porter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Big chance here to do some damage if they can keep the corner pressure up. A super art? Player 1 is working with a better game. What can they do with it? At least what a parry! Throws him!
Are you fucking?
Player 1 is in a very good spot now. A real drops him hard. Gets the corner switch. Doesn't touch the throw. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Motherfucker. This fucking guy.
Jets with a sandblast. Charges forward. Risky up close scrap still going. Throw is denied. Ooh, what a smart throw. Ooh, they switch sides. Okay, here we go. Player 1 rushes in. Are they going to be able to come back and snatch victory from the jaws of defeat? Tons of space between the fighters now. Oh, yo, Ross, super hit. Noticeable life lead is a comeback still hitting it all on the drive rush. Throws. Player 2 is in a very good spot now. Gets the corner switch. Grabs him. Ugh, take a seat! Are you kidding me? Was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win.
Woo! He did that uppercut in his fucking dome.
Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Sandblast. Tight punish. The Porter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Both sides have full drive and plenty of health. Let's see how things open up. Looking for a way to incorporate their drive. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Takes a trip.
He's on my left, I'm on my right.
Gets in their face. Okay, they trade hits. Life lead is opening up, but that will this super art connect? Life lead.
Oh, I thought I blocked it.
The Porter makes it hard. KO. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Sandblast.
Sure you can.
Who's going to start things off?
Sure you can.
They hit each other. Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. That's a big gap. Google springs forward with the drive rush. Player 2 will look drive rush to keep it going. Jumps in. Changes things up with an overhead. Player 1 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? The overhead connect.
Sure you can.
Sandblast. There's the impact.
Ooh.
Not letting that go unpunished. Going on the offensive? Are we gonna stay? Oh! Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Hold on. Hold on. You got this. Oh shit.
Next up, stage selection. So who will our fighters select?
All right, I'm ready. All right. All right.
These two fighters are looking more than ready to lock horns.
Alright, so I let the computer be Luke and I'm gonna be Ryu. Oh, cool.
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Let us begin.
Sensei!
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do?
So this right here is square. This is square.
Player 2 pushes the opponent into
Low.
the corner. Buy some time by
Down
driving them into the
X.
corner. And now they can create some big
Down
chances
circle.
to do damage here. The throw hits.
Down
Now
triangle.
the fun begins. Was well in range to score the throw.
That's it. Let's see. R1.
One is going to have a hard time managing the drive now. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning there takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Life lead opens up. Hold your breath. The quarter makes it.
Oh, I checked it.
And gets in the throw. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll
All
give
right.
them a
So let's see what's
psychological
L2 and R2. What is R2? Let's see.
Not close enough for the throw. Are we going to see some fireworks here?
L2's a grab.
Going on the offensive? The super art hits. Will this kick both fighters into full gear? Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. They're backed up into the corner. Goes for the fireball, which is very strong at this range. Their life is...
Ooh, grabbed them.
That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins.
Oh, okay. I didn't grab him. Thought it did. Okay.
Right back into the rematch. We
Figure out
ain't even
what-
close to done yet.
Forgot what one works.
Timely side switch there, which will let him go on the attack. Does not want to get stuck in the corner. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Throws him. What's next? Takes a trip. This is where things will get
I'm
interesting
alright.
as the damage starts to pile up on both fighters. Goes for the super art. Blocks it just in time. They must have anticipated a super art coming. Gets right in there. Gets the counter hit throw. Going on the offensive. Jumps up. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. Sandblast. KO. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
I went low, he went high. That's what happened.
Immediate jumping. Can't tech the throw. Good work staying in throw range there. Will this super art turn up the heat? Player 1 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Still scrapping for control of the stage. Going on the offensive? Looks like they want to put a Kotsugeki to the face! A real test of what? Anti-air. Rushes in. Oh my god, forward rush. A fireball at that range. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
He threw the fireball right in front of my face. That's it.
Chance with the sandblast. Who will come out on top? They're going for the super art. Vulcan blast.
Oh, I was on the other side.
Taking chunks out of each other here. Backs off. Player 1 needs to take advantage of this gauge disparity. Okay, here we go. Throws him. What now? Go to sleep. Both fighters are playing with a full deck of drive. They need to show their hand and do something. No escape. I can't believe I called it. Are you kidding me? Player 2 clinches the win. But that could have been anyone's game. No way we could have called that. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. They decide to hang back and rethink their game plan. All right, what's coming up next? I wonder how both fighters will adapt to what we've seen so far. Timely side switch there, which will let him go on the attack. Knockdown.
Damn it.
Shows the median, springs forward with the drive rush. Going on the offensive, delivers the pain right to the doorstep. Charges forward. Okay, creating some space here. KO.
Woohoo! Got him.
Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Keeping them away. Had the radar up and running. Throws them. What's next? Closes the gap for the grab. Still very early in the round. Will this super art connect? Opts for the level 1 Vulcan Blast. Player 1, ooh, lands a rising uppercut. Looking for a chance. Goes for the throw. Both fighters planning something. The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. KO. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks.
Final round. Fight.
Opens with a jump in. Final round. Hits them with a stop and pop. Press throw reacting with a fireball. What are they gonna do? Opens them up. Player 2, oh yo, Ross super hit. Player 2 with the rhythm, owning that space. Gets the counter hit. Rushes in. Back dashes for space. Absolutely relentless. Gotta do better than that. Game closes in. Oh, it throws. I can't believe it. It is over. Player 1 was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win.
Why I gotta be sweaty, bro? Why I gotta be sweaty? Why I gotta be sweaty, bro?
Fighting round. 1-on-1.
Next up, stage selection. Our fighters will want to pick the appropriate character for this match.
All right, I'm ready. All right.
Both sides ready to roll, and we're getting into the match. How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Let us begin.
Sensei!
Have some fun.
Round 1. Fight.
He sounds like Kun Jin.
What are these fighters going to do? Who's it gonna be? Goes for the surprise rush in. Well, they managed to escape the corner, but they can't let their guard down. Escapes the corner to reset the situation. Combo with the target combo. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Life lead is opening up. Will this super art connect? Opts for the level 1 Vulcan Blast. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Looks like a drive rush to keep it going. Parries the attack. Yes! Drive impact for the win. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Digs in deep to get that drive impact. Medium to hit. Hits them with a stop and pop. Good heads-up decision opting for the drive impact. Player 1 has a slight life lead that they may sit on. There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Player 1 is working with a better game. What can they do? Confirm on the other hand. Not a counter, but they'll take it. The fighters return to the middle of the stage. Looking for a chance. Dashes forward. Can they create an opportunity for... just goes for it at this range. Okay, here we go. The next touch may turns out. Not over. Here comes the corner pressure. Player 1 can't use any drive flatline zone.
Oh!
Player 1 was an absolute beast in that match.
I'm a beast.
Round 1.
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Hits them with a stop and pop.
Oh, I'm on the other side. Fuck.
Starts off zoning with fireballs. That barely connected, but it still counts. Okay, both fighters are taking a long step back. They're both looking to reassess the fight. The fighters take a step back to reassess. Time for a new game plan. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner.
Fuck.
Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Brushes off the impact. Sees it coming and blocks it out. That drive impact is blocked. Stacks away. Not about that BFF life right now. They need to KO. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
I think I got too aggressive.
Awesome. This round rising uppercut. Medium kick hit. Checks him with a projectile. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side flip. Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with the meter advantage. What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Player, ooh, what a smart throw! Knockdown and scrapping it out up close. All the throws.
Oh, this motherfucker's attacking!
Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Finds the target. One tries to act quickly, but with the attack. Will they gamble something here? Flatline zone. Player 2 was an absolute beast.
Damn, he just fucking... He checked my shit!
They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireball. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Player 1 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Throws them. What's next? Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Player 2 must be feeling good after that super, but they gotta keep on the gas. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Drive rush to keep it going. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. Closes with the throw. Hitting them with the smart stuff. Player 2 picks up the always important. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
I thought I was on his side.
The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Charges forward. Goes for the super art. Goes for the super art early to try and establish a big life lead from the get-go. Both fighters planning something. Player 1 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Not much life difference. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the
Oh,
corner
he's
here.
attacking. This mother...
The doc delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Gets up from drive and back misses. Oh, there's a wall splat. They can't do anything now. Oh my god, they just choked it up.
He checked it?
Player 1 can't afford mistakes with a cross super hard incoming. What a finish!
Oh my god!
Player 2 gets the win in a convincing fashion.
Yo, having reading this game does work. You can't just push.
Next up, stage selection. We are at the character select screen. Let's see who our fighters choose.
All right, I'm ready. All right, let's
These
get
two fighters are looking more than ready to lock horns.
The fuck? Huh?
They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
Let me have some fun.
Alright, let's see. 1-1-1.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Checks with the projectile. Raised on the pressure with the projectile.
Okay.
All right.
I'm on my left side.
Pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here.
Oh, now I'm on the right side.
Pressuring the situation with the charge in. Grabs him.
Oh, this
In
motherfucker.
game now. It's getting tense. Taking stock. There's the wall slam. They can't do anything now. Timely side switch there, which will let him go and takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Player 2 creates a good corner in there.
This mother.
Player 2 on the board first with the win.
Shit, I'm in the
They'll want to
corner.
keep the pressure on.
You really gotta hear to know where you are.
Tries to set the tone with that charging attack. Backs away. Not about that BFF fight right now. Player 1 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? What'll happen here? Get out of there with the back down. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Oh, the throw connects. There's the change. Nothing stops this train.
Oh my god.
Can't use drive anymore. Experiencing burnout. Amazing. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Reads the jump in perfectly. Closes it out. Last round, people. Both players gotta go all in from this point.
Came back.
Looking to wrap this round up quickly. Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? Close range projectile. Gets out of there with the back. Amazing! Finds the target. Player 1 needs to cross that arm. Here comes the court drive that misses. Player 1 can't use drop connects with the throw. Oh, here we go. Drive rush. Both absolutely refute and whip. They're wide open. Ooh, what a smart throw. They gotta dig down deep. Wreck them. Player 2 is in a very good spot now. Burns out. Player 1.
Can I tag her?
Drive boost. They're just gonna go for. Are you kidding me? Clinches the win. But that could have been anyone's game.
This
No way we could have called that. They're
mother-
still hungry. Both
motherfucker
sides
cheated.
rematch.
Bitch.
Hits them with a stopping block. The throw whips. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Buy some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Raised on the pressure with the projectile. Is the fireball part of their corner game? From up above. I wonder how both fighters will adapt to what we've seen so far. We're close to the point where one mistake could end the round. Blocks it just in time. They must have anticipated a super art coming. Gets the jump in. Drive rush. Charges forward. Dashes. This is a critical point of the round where they just need to go for it. Springs forward with the drive rush. Player 2 needs in there.
Fuck
Player
him.
1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Alright, bitch.
Who's going to start things off? What a clutch side switch there. Now they can't squander this punish counter chance. A drive impact. Projectile to try and change the situation. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. They're going for the super art. Goes for the level 2 super eraser. Set up the punching bag.
Did I fucking...
Assess the situation? Player 2 has the chance to connect with the throw. Finds the target. Oh my god, they just chunked it up. Weaves into impact to finish. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. The drive impact doesn't get them the punish counter, but it's still good. Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Okay.
Okay, so drive is
step back.
L1
To reassess the fight.
or R1
Player 2 pushes the
or
opponent.
L1. What the fuck? L2.
Gets a good read on
No.
the opponent. Amazing concentration on display as they punish when their opponent's attack left them wide open. Perfect time to spend the meter. They just went
L2.
forward with that super.
L2 is your drive.
Offensive. The super armor does its job. Knockdown. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Goes to end the. This is gonna be bad news.
Okay, so L2 is your drive.
Thunder is driving back to close the round. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Immediate jump in. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Throws a fireball.
Yeah,
here.
so L1 is your drive.
Is the fireball part of their corner game? Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Showing some real tenacity. Looking for a hit them with a stop and pop. Player, they're going for the super art. Going in, experiencing burnout. Player 1 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. They're backed up into the corner.
Look, you can't even do drive. You're trying to hit the button.
Target! The stun! Is it gonna be over? Oh my god! What they were waiting for! No lapse in judgment goes unpunished!
Ryu wins.
Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They
Woo.
put on a real clinic for us.
Yeah, you're gonna want to use L1 for a lot of things.
Fighting ground. 1-on-1.
Next up, stage selection.
Hindu tempo.
Now that we know our stage, it's time to select the characters.
All right, I'm ready.
These two fighters are looking more than ready to lock horns. This is gonna be a 5-star match. Get ready for history to be made.
All right, so L1 is your drive. Your drive.
Round 1.
You're gonna have to use it.
See what they try to do here in the first round. They don't score the punish counter, but still get a nice hit in. The drive impact nets them a sweet punish counter. That should teach them you can't just throw out moves. Strikes back with the drive impact.
Okay, so that's the drive.
Fighters have taken a long step back.
Yeah, so
To
L1
reassess the fight.
L1 is your drive.
Is in burnout. Drives off the table. Knockdown. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with.
Although you try not to use it a lot.
Big gamble and rips out a raw super. Player 2 chases them down. Drive gauge finally recovers. Sees it coming and blocks it out. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important here. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Ends the round with a punishment. Living in the opponent's head rent-free right now. Player 1 takes the round.
Okay, I'm figuring it out, figuring it
What
out.
else can they get away with?
A little bit better.
Immediate jump in. They piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Grabs them,
Nice grab.
closes the gap for the grab. Goes for the super art. Player 2 has the life lead. Can they use it? There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Can they create an opportunity? Closes with the throw, hitting them with the smart stuff. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Wait, I wonder how you do your special.
Starts knocked up out of the air. The super doesn't hit. Final round. the fighting game gods favor here. Going on the offensive, the fighters return to the middle of the stage. Does a good job escaping the corner. Player one has, ooh, what a smart throw. Oh, here we go. Back dashes for space. Overhead attack. Perfection. The big tank. Taps him on the dome. Throws him.
Oh my god, he touched it!
Oh man, this is a scary range. Noticeable life flatline zone. Player one. Really has to fight for that one. No shortage of drama. It's not over yet.
He touched it.
It's time for that run back. Cuts in with the drive impact. Smart throw. That'll do more damage than usual. No escape from the throw. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Player two chases them down. Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Goes for the drive rush there. Whiffs the throw. Life lead opens up.
Alright, figure it out, figure it out.
With the life gap opening up, they need to lean hard on their drive usage. Experiencing burnout. Jack the counterattack connects. Great sense to take advantage of even the smallest opening.
Okay.
One wins the first round and is now riding a huge wave of momentum.
I'm getting the sound. The sound effects.
The next round is beginning. Brushes that off and keeps going. Fantastic awareness. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Good job here in giving themselves a chance to gain the upper hand. Vulcan Blast! Going on the offensive? Showing some real tenacity. Player hits them with a stop and pop. There's a wall splat. They can't do anything now. Player one will look all the throw connects. Knockdown and finds the target. Tries to act quickly, but with the attack. Impact counter! Oh, that's so sick. Both fighters planning something? Player one can't use any drive moves.
I can't, I don't.
Play it safe. Nowhere to run. Throws him.
No, he threw me!
Defensive assault continues. Closes it out.
Wow!
Was an absolute beast in that match.
I didn't realize I grabbed
It's
him.
not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back.
I got him in the corner.
Try and change the pace. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground game tools. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Sees the overhead coming and blocks it. The impact gets blocked. The drive impact doesn't get them the punish counter, but it's still good. Player KO. Takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round two.
Oh, so you want to use
A brave forward jump there to start. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Just goes for it at this range. The super doesn't hit. Player one has a slight life lead. There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Looking for a chance. Going on the offensive. They return to center, finds the target. Hits them with a stop and pop. Going in. Ooh, what a smart throw. Who's gonna take it? Flatline zone. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Yeah, it does take a while to like to hear the noises and figure out what's on the what, but it just gets you gotta get used to the sound effect.
Time to select the stage. It's time to select the fighters.
All right, let's get it.
All right, I'm ready.
All right.
Open those shutters. We're ready to fight.
Open those shutters.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight?
Let me have some fun.
Round one. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Checks with the projectile. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buy some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. They can open up this round big by converting this punish counter. Amazing concentration on display as they punish when their opponent's attack left them wide open. It's a big gamble and rips out a raw super. That drive impact doesn't get through. Knockdown. Flushes that off and keeps going. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. They need to rely on their instincts here. The quarter makes it hard to going on the offense in there. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
That drive works.
Hits them with a stop and pop. Who's going to start things off? Jump? Gets the jump in. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Player 1 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. The punish counter gives them a great opening
counter
to do
did.
big damage. Brushes that off and keeps going. Experiencing burnout. Both of our combatants are cooking up something. Their spacing is so on. This is gonna hurt. Gotta do better than that. Jumps. This can lead to some big damage. Player just goes for it at this range. Goes for the level 2 super eraser.
Oh my.
Player 2. Cam's perfect use of the corner is rewarded.
Wow.
With the Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
That was a fucking huge comeback.
Jets with a sandblast. Flush that off. Jump. Sets up with the jump in. Player 1 needs to take advantage of this gauge disparity. Oh my god, they just choked it up. Handle with care. You can't drop driving back. Has the Vulcan blast sealed the deal? Player 1 turns out. Forward throw.
Come on, he takes it?
Player 2 with the rhythm reads the jump in perfectly. A real test of nerves here. Player 2 is in a very good spot. Ooh, crushes the shins. Player 1 what a clutch low heavy. They didn't take the throw. Player 2 has got to be getting the win out of that absolute carnage.
I gotta figure out how to tech.
Best believe it's time for that run back. Jump.
I gotta figure out how to tech.
Smart play with the throw. Good work staying in throw range there. Still slugging it out here. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Wait,
Hey now, where you going?
lands the forward throw. The
Damn!
forward pressure continues. Player 2 holding on to that corner advantage. Finishes them with a drive impact. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Jam blast. This round is so important. You can feel the intensity in the air. Will this super art connect? Racer hit. We're gonna see it rain.
Oh my god, I was on the wrong side of love.
Can they finish the job? Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Oh, what's this? Good heads-up decision opting for the drive impact. Backs away. Not about that BFF life right now. Gets out of there with the back, corrects them. Drives it back, misses. Real test of nerves here. Player 2 is in a very good spot now. Closing moments of the match. Closes in.
Oh, he tagged it.
This is the final round.
Fucking man. Motherfucker.
Who's going to steal this win? And whip, they're wide open. Handle with care. You can't drop drive impacts. Player 1 has the super gauge advantage. Finds the target. Tries to act quickly, but whips the attack. Player 1 is in a very good spot. Connects with the throw. Maze blocks the low kick.
Got him.
No resources to work with. They got it. Nothing stops this train. A real test of nerves here. Hit them with a quick low kick. Player 1 was an absolute beast in that match. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Oh my God, they just choked it up. Jump. Sandblast. Was looking for that jump attack. Neither fighter wants to get stuck in the corner as they continue to duke it out mid-stage. Knockdown. Neither of them willing to back off. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Feeling out the spacing. Punishes that ill-timed attack with a drive impact.
Nice.
Very bad choice. Great work finding the opening. Life lead opens up. Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Goes for it and puts them down with the impact. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
We're gonna have to use that.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Got their eye on the air. Will this super art connect? Vulcan Blast! Will that super be the turning point? Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner move. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Big opportunity coming. Player 1 has the super gauge. All the throw connects. Going in. Player 2 with the rhythm forward throw. Laying the pressure on Finn. Player 2 pumps the brakes on the impact. Finds the target. They gamble and whips. They're wide and closes it out. We're going into the final round tied up.
Damn it, I thought I had it.
Asking them to grind out the win. Checks with a sandblast. They're going for the super art.
Oh my God.
Player 2 took that round comfortably. No need to bring out the big guns yet. Shrugs that off. Taking chunks out of each other. All the throw connects. What's next? Scuffle. They've got him out. Gotta do better than that. Finds the target. Connects with the throw. Oh, here we go. They're just gonna super. Nails the arena. And this is gonna do big damage and create some space. This is it. Here they are done.
Oh!
Player 2 made some smart moves there. Great game.
I gotta figure out how to use your super. I gotta figure that shit out. The hell, man? I'm getting rocked because I can't do my super, man.
Next up, stage selection. We are at the character select screen. Let's see who our fighters choose. Now that our fighters have chosen their characters, it's time to go.
That's fucked up.
Oh, looks like these two have more beef than a Philly cheesesteak.
Let us begin.
Why you make me hungry, bitch?
Have some fun.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round.
I gotcha!
Throws him down. Carries the attack and goes for an overhead. Strikes back with a drive impact. Good parry there and A parry here puts drive gauge in the bank, which really could help later in the round. Player 1 chases them down, takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Punish counter. This could lead to something big. All right, what's coming up next? Tries to keep the pressure on the opponent by zoning with fireball. They were expecting that drive impact. Knockdown and does a good job of pushing back. The drive impact is denied. KO.
Oh, got him.
Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Whips with that huge attack. The super doesn't hit. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Keeping them away. Player 2 has a slight life lead that they may sit on. There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management.
How's this?
Breaks the frozen. Crowns them from above. Finds the target. What now? Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Drive impact misses. Flatlines them.
Ooh.
Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Bad.
Fight round. Fight.
Who's going to steal this win? Dashes. Still slugging it out as they were waiting for it. Token blast. Will this change the round? Player 1 can't let this simmer. They gotta connect with the throw. Oh, here we go. This could lead to some big damage. Drives it back, misses. Ooh, what a smart throw. Checks with a sandblock. Oh my God, what a throw test. Absolutely relentless. Are we gonna see a comeback? Getting it all on the drive rush. What's next? Do they have what it takes to steal the round here? There's a drive impact. Ugh, take a seat. There's a burnout. Are you kidding me? Player 2 made some smart moves.
Wow,
Great game.
he got me in the
It's not
on the
over yet.
chip.
Best believe it's time for that comeback. Checks with a sandblast. Zones with the fireball. Springs forward with the drive rush. The properties that attacks get from a drive rush make them a great tool for creating chances like that. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Takes a trip. Player 1 chases them down. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Can't tech the throw? What a clutch side kick. Now they need to capitalize on this chance. Will this super art connect? Oops, they were anticipating that super art. They can open up this round big by converting this punish counter.
Oh, I have no drive.
That's the way. Not about that BFF life right here. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Closing moments of the match. KO!
Woo!
Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
This round is so pitsum with a stop and pop. Goes for the super art. The super doesn't hit. Player 1 did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? What's going to be the play here with this kind of meter range? What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Player 2 holding on to that corner advantage. They back the opponent into the corner. Now to apply the pressure. Watching each other carefully. Who will make the first move? Flushes that off and keeps going. A real test of nerve here. Finishes them with a drive impact. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Round 1.
How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Well-timed corner switch. Does not want to get stuck in the corner. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. The pressure continues as they can't escape the corner. They need to find a way out. This is a real back-and-forth match we're seeing. They definitely know what the other is capable of. It's a normal hit, but they get in there. Gets a normal hit from the drive impact. They're still good. Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Okay, they trade hits. Taking stock. Where is their opening?
What?
Takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Are we going to see some fireworks here? Backs away. Not about that BFF life right now. Goes for the super art. Scrapping it out up close. Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with the meter advantage. A quick breather. Brushes that off and keeps going. Sand blast. Play it and whip. They're wide open. Are we going to see both fighters use their drive moves here? Quick medium poke. Crowns them from above. Oh my god, they just pumped it up. Okay, here we go. What a finish.
Oh, I thought on your side.
Final round. Expect to see some
Fucking hell.
Who's going to steal this raw super hard incoming? Player 2 has a slight life lead. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Chases them into the corner and will now look to do some damage. Oh man, this is a scary cross that off. Impact counter. Oh, that's so sick. Oh, here we go. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still pop? Them.
Come on.
Can't let this simmer. They're just gonna go for it with the super. Nails the eraser. And this is gonna do big damage and create some space. Oh man, who's gonna take this? Are you kidding me? Player 1 was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win.
Sweaty teddy right in there. I had to flip because I had to figure out which side it was on the screen. I think it gets better when you pick different characters, like a female compared to a male. Because then you can hear it better.
Time to select a stage. The stage is set. It's time to select a character.
All right, I'm ready.
Open those shutters. We're ready to fight.
Yeah, so L1's your drive. You must use the drive.
Fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight?
Let me have some fun.
Round 1. Fight.
All right, first round. What's going to happen? Tries to bait him with the projectile. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach?
Hey,
What are they
grabs.
thinking here? Big counter. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Gets a normal hit from the drive impact. Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Rolls in.
Oh, I thought I blocked.
Player 2 on the board first with the win.
Man.
To keep the pressure on.
He kicked my ass.
Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Combo with the target combo. Hits them with a stop and bop. Going in. Attempts to break. They're going for the super art. A quick breather. Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Both fighters planning something. Looking for a chance. Both of our combatants are cooking up something.
Oh, what a fucking...
Throw. Not much life left, but their drive units make impact. Squash. Life lead is there, but were they baiting them into that?
Oh, man.
Flatline zone. Here's the final round.
Oof.
Fight starts now. The last round. It's now or never. Jumps in. Side switch and whiffs. They're wide open. with care. You can't drop drive impact. Finds the target. Okay, here, would a super art do anything? What were they thinking? Perfect parry. They got a feast on this chance. Ooh, what a smart throw. Player 1, drive impact misses.
Oh my God.
Player 1 can't win this without pulling the trigger. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Impact squat. Player 1 can't let this simmer. They got pinned. Player 2 made some smart moves there. Great game.
Let me just finish it out. I mean, I think I might get this game.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Hits them with a stop and block. Smart play with the throw. Changes things up with an overhead. Goes in on the impact for nothing. Getting careless and missing a drive impact like that will leave you wide open. Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important here. Knockdown. In a dire situation, the good heads-up decision opting for the drive impact. Takes a trip. Backs away. Not about that BFF life right now. Player 1 is gonna have to wait for that drive gauge. Can they stick it out? Oh, in there! Player 1 picks up the always important first round. Let's keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
Goes in with the drive impact to start. Going on the offensive? Does a good job of pushing back. Does a good job escaping the corner. Jump. Gotta be careful, charges forward. Backs away. Not about that BFF life right now. Player 2 has the chance to win the round if they can put their drive to good use. Cuts in with the drive impact. Side switch in the corner. Player 1, KO. Well, listen, when you're locked in, you're locked in. That was a decisive win.
Round 1.
Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Sandblast. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? The drive impact netted them a sweet punish counter. That should teach them you can't just throw out moves. Player 1 chases them down. Great work finding the opening. Throws
fucking tech.
Good work staying in throw range there. Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Impact's a no-go. There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Player 1, KO. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night.
What?
What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Tries to set the tone with that charging attack. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Big chance here to do some damage if they can keep the corner pressure up. Opts for the level 1 Vulcan Blast. Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. Both fighters planning something. Player 1 needs experiencing burnout. And they create an opportunity for themselves to seal the deal. What a finish! Here's the final round. Real fight starts now.
I think I tried attacking him.
This is it. Who's gonna take it all? You shouldn't have. Breaks the block with a throw. Sandblast. Oh, yo, Rock, super here. The racer. And this is gonna do
Wow!
Finds the target. Player 1 needs to take advantage of rushes in. Getting in all on the drive rush. Oh, nothing stops this train. Amazing. Punish counter sets the table. There's a drive impact. Burns out. That guy, oh my god, Rock super. A jump? Throws. A breaking them shins with the low heavy. Player 1 can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. Any mistake here is gonna be fatal. What's it gonna be? Player 2, drive! Player 1 clinches the win. But that could have been anyone's game. No way we could have called that.
Woo! This game looks like a lot of fun, but it's gonna take a lot of playing the game 50,000 times just to try to hear the noises and what's on the what. Other than that, it seems like a fun game. If you're playing probably against a computer. I don't know about a person right now. My suggestion is to play the computer until you kind of get used to the sounds and all that good shit, and then maybe try to run it online and shit. Alright, what time is it? 1:06. Alright. Sound. Other than that, there's not really
Street Fighter 6.
Street Fighter 6. It's not really much to learn. Just gotta play around with it, and I think.
One-on-one. Fighting round. One-on-one. Special match. Online. Arcade. Versus. Special match. Versus. One-on-one. Practice. Arcade. Practice. Versus. One-on-one. Special match. Online.
What the hell no?
Special versus. Practice. Arcade. Practice. Arcade. Practice.
So, we'll see. We'll see. This game does got some potential. But I'm gonna stop this stream here and play some MK11. So I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Wow.